All right. Cool. Looks like we're live. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, we are live. Awesome. Woo! I finally stopped crying, so that's nice. Yeah, just thank you everyone for showing up today. We have almost 500 people here. This is incredible. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, so what I was gonna do is I'll introduce myself, and then we'll go around and we'll have some of the validators introduce themselves as well. So I'm Dan Pittman. I'm the community manager for R&D Inc. You can find me in Discord. You'll see me floating around on Telegram. I'm in the forums. I am all over the place. So you will see me all the time, basically. It's people don't think I sleep, but I promise you, I do sleep sometimes. So, yeah. So, okay, cool. Without further ado, Adriana, do you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah, sure. So it's great to be here with everyone, the Regen team and the Regen community. This has been indeed an awesome journey. I'm actually a very all-time contributor. Started in somewhere in 2017 when I was introduced to Cosmos, being like a fundraiser participant, and then I have been watching the project grow and started to actively participate and contribute to the network. Somewhere around beginning of 2019, I bumped into the Regen project, and I remember saying that, wow, this is like a cool project that I definitely want to be part in. And then somewhere in June 2019 also, we have been to Interchain Conversation in Berlin. And then I bumped into Gregory, and I remember immediately recognizing him for his mustache and his very cool appearance. And we had this very nice chat about the region, what the project is. And I remember telling him that I will definitely want to be part of this project. And yeah, and then we met again somewhere in November the same year at Cosmos Hackathon in San Francisco, and we chatted some more. And I remember telling him that, okay, when all of this is starting, we will definitely be part of this process, because back then I was like already a validator on Kalpatech. And I was contributing to the Cosmos network. And yeah, this is how my journey has started. And then we had all this incentivized testnets that we have joined from the early beginning, and we were started to be more part of the community and to interact with the team and with everyone. And yeah, it has been an amazing journey so far. We are also like a very strong community contributor. We have started this week in Regen, which is like this weekly update column that my team is doing, and we are posting that on Twitter. So please check it out. And I believe it's almost 1 year since we are doing that, and I'm super excited for finally being able to participate in the launch and see how this project came to life. Yeah, happy to be here.
Cool. Yeah, thank you. That's incredible. And yeah, I think everybody recognizes that amazing mustache. I mean, that is definitely awesome.
How can you
Cool.
miss
Yeah.
it? I mean, yeah.
How can you miss that? Seriously, it's amazing. I wish I could grow a mustache like that, but no. Chris,
Well,
yeah, go ahead and
I do have a question here. Is it real? Gregory
it's
has
I
the
think
answer.
it's real. I think it's real. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go ahead, Chris, and introduce yourself.
Sure, thanks, Dan. Hi, I'm Chris. I founded Chainflow a few years ago. My involvement with Cosmos started back in October of 2017 when I joined the Cosmos Validator Working Group, and I've been part of the community since then. Thinking back, I was thinking this morning, I also met the Regen team back in 2019. This is when events were still happening in person. And there was a blockchain week here in New York, and I saw a handful of Regen people walking around in Regen t-shirts, and of course I also recognized, or I didn't recognize, but I noticed Gregory in the mustache, and the beard at the time and his hat, which was very distinctive as well. And I think it was at an event. It was at a staking event or a validator event. And I just went over to Gregory, and I think I'd actually heard about Regen through maybe something that Chorus One had posted shortly before that. And yeah, between those two, I talked to Gregory, and then I think at a Cosmos event later that night, I met Christian, and they both were very eloquent in describing the mission of Regen. They connected really strongly with me, both as a Cosmos community member, but also I think as a human being as well, concerned about the planet. I do quite a bit outside, and protecting the outdoors feels very important to me. So supporting Regen felt like a really nice way to merge the technical work that we do at Chainflow with some of our human-focused values. And I think shortly after that, Gregory reached out to me and asked if Chainflow would be a lead validator and contribute as a lead validator, to which I said a grateful thank you. And yeah, of course we would do that. And yeah, since then we've been behind the scenes trying to help out where needed with the different test nets, and here and there wherever we could, and leading up to today's launch.
Great, man. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, oh man, I wish I could have been there in the beginning. I've been here about 3 months now, but yeah, that's incredible, man. Yeah, so Brian, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. My name is Brian Crane, and I'm one of the co-founders of Course One. I've been involved in the Cosmos ecosystem for a long time. I was the first sort of like non-developer that was in the Tendermint team, and helped like launch, organize the Cosmos token sale and launch a network back then. And then I started Course One, and we've been super active in the Cosmos ecosystem, in the larger proof of stake ecosystem. But we're running validators on many different networks. And now with Regen Network, I think I also met the guys in. I'm not actually totally sure when it was, but for us there was a lot of overlap with Regen Network. I mean, first of all, I personally just love the vision, and I love the idea of using markets and using sort of decentralized technologies to be able to help get better ecological outcomes and regenerate the planet. So I think that was an amazing vision and something we deeply believe in. Also so I personally invested in Regen back in 2019. With Course One, there's also a lot of overlap. So we made a commitment early on that we wanted to offset our carbon footprint. So we spent, that was back in 2019 as well. So we worked with the Regen team, and they helped us estimate, what was our carbon footprint. So, went through our entire cloud server infrastructure to, flights to basically everything. And, we were working with Regen and wanted to offset it on the Regen chain, but, that ended up taking longer. So we had to offset it some other way. That being said, I was talking with Gregory that our we haven't yet done the offset for last year. So we'll definitely want to do that on Regen Network as soon as that's possible. So we've been kind of working with Regen there, exploring how we could be some of the first users there. And then as Chris as well, we were one of the kind of lead validators. And since 2019, we've been, helping with the Regen testnets, especially our Joe from our team, who's done a ton of work there. So we've been, it's just been a long time that we've kind of working with Regen and trying to help the project advance. Cool. I'm super excited that we got to this point.
Great. Yeah, thank you guys so much. So thank you, and thank you for the long introductions. I think it's really useful. I know for me I've chatted with you guys kind of on Discord briefly over the past few months, but this is nice for me to see you face to face and hear your story. That's awesome. Thank you guys for that. So we only got about 10 more minutes left. So let me get you rolling on some questions here. So yeah, and we'll just go in the same order. Adriana, I think I have the questions here. So, what is unique about Regen Network in relationship to other chains you're validating for? So, what is it about Regen that's unique, you think? I mean, I think I already know what you're gonna say. I think everybody does. But yeah, go for it.
Well, first of all, that this is the first proof of stake blockchain, which actually this is the first public ledger which is focused on ecological data, right? And first of all, that is what is also unique is that this public ledger is governed by a decentralized community, which is the most important thing. And also the way that it kind of aligns the economic incentives with like ecologic incentives, just to drive like things like awareness and around land management. This is something like truly unique. I believe it's truly unique in the whole crypto space, right? I'm not sure I have the whole understanding of how crypto space is currently run, but for sure this is the first project that I know is doing this thing at this moment. So yeah, to see this on chain, to have transparency, to have accountability, to have visibility, and on all of this data is definitely something that should be watched for.
Absolutely. That was a great answer. Did you want to add a little bit to that, Chris?
Yeah, sure. I think Adriana's touching on some of the things that I was thinking about as well. And I think for me, this is the first chain that has an application that's touching the real physical world. I think, so many chains early on launched without really anything being built on top. Now we're starting to see some things being built on top of them. And I think as validators, sometimes we focus so much on setting the foundation that at times we lose visibility into what's happening above us. So for this network, I think this is the first network that really balances, at least in my experience, what's happening at the top, collecting actual physical data through sensors, and then connecting that down into what's happening on the chain, which is the layer that most of us operate at most of the time, at least. So for me, having that connection between the foundation and the application layer, I think was really unique. And then again, touching the physical world in something that's not necessarily a financial application, I think is also pretty unique. And finally, what I really have fun seeing is validators entering the space from non-traditional technical backgrounds. I think, the three of us on the call see each other quite a bit and probably see a lot of other people, in the validator community quite a bit. So I think it was a lot of fun to see some people entering from non-traditional technology backgrounds. And again, entering from, maybe doing something on top, on a higher layer of the stack, and now coming down to the validator level and, working with us at this layer too. So I think that type of cross-pollination between skill sets and interests was really interesting for me here.
Cool. Yeah, so I know you're the last person to answer, so they probably summed up most of it for you, Brian, but you got anything to add to that?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with basically everything that was said. I maybe just phrasing it slightly differently. I think one thing is that Regen's had a very strong focus on like use cases and like working very closely with with farmers and like with people that are generally very far from crypto and blockchain and technology, even to like figure out how to make something that like they can use. So I think that is something that's like that's quite unique. And I think another thing is that Regen has had a big commitment to thinking also about how to give governance rights and tokens and kind of like the ability to influence the system to people, like land stewards or like farmers or like those kind of people that, generally they're not going to be participating in token sales or doing that kind of thing. So I think that's also like very cool, and I'm curious how that's gonna play out in the future.
Right. Yeah, I would tend to agree with everything that you guys said. Absolutely. And since I'll actually have you take the lead on this first question, since you were last, Brian, or this next question here will be, so I guess really what other projects are you guys excited about working on? I mean, I know that you guys, validate for many different projects. Is there anything in particular that, you have maybe coming up in the future, or something that you're doing right now? I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to do with ecology, but just something else that you're excited about working on. And we've got about 4 minutes, so if we could just keep like a quick 1 minute answer.
Sure. I mean, besides validation, we are also working on interoperability, including we're working on a Cosmos Celo bridge. And actually, one of the things I'm excited here is, what are some of the use cases of that? And, one of the use cases that Celo is also interested, right, in offsetting kind of the carbon footprint of their network. So, the sort of one of the initial use cases for that bridge is actually planned that, they may be able then to like kind of interface with the Regen Network to basically offset the carbon footprint of Celo on Regen. So like that's also really excited that we can like build this bridge and then have this really cool use case both around climate regeneration and around interoperability.
I'm muted. Yeah, so thank you for that. Yeah, Chris, anything that you're really excited about seeing coming up in the future for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, in the Cosmos community, we're pretty excited about the Agoric testnet that's currently going on. Phase 2 is actually launching today. And then there's also a project called Stargaze that we're pretty interested in. And one of the reasons that we like Stargaze is it feels like somewhat of a grassroots, back to a grassroots type network launch. So those are 2 projects we're pretty interested in. And then the other thing we're excited about is continuing to try and advocate for more smaller validators in the space and bringing more validators into the space in general. So we try and spend a lot of time encouraging other networks to help, more people get involved, like Regen has done here. And yeah, that's another focus of our work.
Cool. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Adriana?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of projects, I'm the most interested at this point in Gravity Dex. There's this huge trading competition in the Cosmos space, which is starting on the 4th of May, and registrations open on April 21st. So I'm super excited about that and to see how this is going to be rolled into Cosmos Hub. Also in the ecosystem part, I'm super interested in Gravity Bridge, and the testnet should be coming along very soon, and also the Ethermint project. And outside, let's say, the core Cosmos projects, I would say that we are interested in all of the networks that we are currently validated on Kalpatech, Bitsong, Sentinel, Persistence, Imani, Agoric. We're in the Agoric testnet, and yeah, cool. We're super excited to see how this is going to look for us.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you guys so much. One project I'm really excited about is so I'm in Oregon, and I got to meet Deborah, the founder, one of the co-founders of Althea. A few years ago, I got into ham radio, and I started working with mesh nets, and then I was doing research online, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, somebody's already doing this, and they're doing it with blockchain. So I am incredibly excited about Althea, and yeah, they're getting. I mean, they're the ones in charge of Gravity Bridge, exactly. if I'm correct. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see what they're doing over there, and everything in the Cosmos space. I haven't been in it very long, but it's been incredible, the caliber of people here. the caliber of just projects and the passion that, like Gregory is a perfect example. The passion for the project that he has is just incredible. So I'm not sure if we just get kicked off here in like 5 seconds, but I want to thank you guys for taking time. I know it was only 30 minutes after the launch of the chain. So yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, Dave, so do we just get kicked off of here? Are we all done?
Dan, I wouldn't kick you off of anything, first of all.
Thank you. You're the man.
But just want to give a big round of applause and tons of gratitude to all of you up here. Thank you so much for your love and attention to the Regen Network community. And I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast here and move everyone over to our next session, which will be focused on Regen Registry. So please stay tuned. We're going to jump into the registry and learn how this carbon thing is going to work. All right, I will see you all over there in just a moment.